Good morning, guys. All right, we're back in the shop today working on the Trans Am, old Bandit car. All right, it's the next weekend because I was too tired after work every night to fool with this thing. I had some really long days at work, a lot of driving, and it just zapped me. And dealing with, wife and kids, baseball deal, and I got a son that plays travel baseball, as some of you know, and it just takes a lot of time and energy after working a full-time job. So we're back on it. We're back in the shop. This is my home shop. So this is where we left off. Was removing the water pump and linkages and stuff like that. We're about to pull this intake carburetor off a distributor. And let's light this thing up a little bit. So we're going to pull the bolts out of the intake. Not gonna hurt you, baby. See if I can get a short 16. I don't think so. I think that's a weird design. Pontiacs. So 9/16. Or as Derek would say, it's the fire wheeler. I believe that's what he calls them. That's from Vice Grip Garage. If you haven't watched that guy, go check him out. He's hilarious. Yeah, he's got a funny name for everything on the automobile. All right, so the distributor tie down is out. Pull down, whatever we'll call it. There's our distributor. Get it unplugged. There we go. Okay. Ooh, man, it's dusty and crusty. It's just rust is just falling out of there. It's got a it spins around, it passes past this magnetic pickup to figure out where it's firing. We'll have to sand those down, clean that up real good, maybe even replace all that. I don't know. Definitely gonna get a new cap, rotor. We should be able to clean all those contacts up. Guess you had a little moisture under the cap, and sitting for years, she got all rusty on us. It is kind of humid down here in Georgia too, so. Sometimes you just have to get down in it. What I'm doing here is taking the bell housing bolts off the top of the transmission. It's just easier to get to them from up here. And the intake and distributors out of the way, you can get right to the top of the transmission. ground strap on the back of the head right here. Grounds are super important. Headers have got to be the most pain in the ass thing on an automobile. I mean, they get so hot, they cool down so much. The temperature swings are tremendous, and keeping them tight is difficult, and getting them on and off is very difficult most times. We got all this junk in the way. Stay out of my way. 70s junk. All right, so we got the starter down, got the heat dust shield out of the way for the converter. That's a little converter. I'm thinking it's a 10-inch, but man, it looks smaller for some reason to me. I can get a little easier access now to the header bolts up there. I don't know if you can see that. Lighting's not very good right now. So we're gonna get some of these from the bottom, and just want to give you a little update. I had it on time lapse for a second, and we're going to take these. I don't know if I'll have to take the collectors down or not. The way these lay in, I may not have to, but I will have to take the converter bolts out, the motor mount bolts out. Header's got to get loose from the heads, and then I should be able to. Oh yeah, and the bell housing bolts that I took 2 off from up top. I'll have to get the rest from down here. Support the transmission somehow, and hopefully we can pull this motor out. Try not to make this one too long, because there's a lot of little tedious stuff that takes, it's just time consuming, like fooling with these headers, starter and all this stuff, you know, it's just time consuming. All right, so later on Sunday evening, we've been kind of chipping away at this. I had to do some other stuff throughout the day, so I've been on and off all day. Got the headers out, got the transmission unbolted, got the torque converter unbolted, exhaust totally out of the way. The only thing left is the motor mounts. So I got to unhook the motor mounts, and this bad boy should come free. Just gotta, well, I gotta drag the hoist over here and hook her up. So this will probably, coming out with the motor mounts, I'll drag the hoist over here and see if I can get this thing out tonight. I don't know. Might be tomorrow. Might run out of steam. We'll see. See how long it takes me. I mean, 2 bolts of the motor mounts is no big deal. Fighting with the headers was the freaking hardest part, really, in the air conditioning crap of this whole job. But intake was a little struggle. I mean, that thing was glued on pretty dang good. It did not want to pop. But another rainy day in Georgia. Rain on the tin roof. We're about to pull the motor out of this thing. Back on the Bandit. Got everything out. Had a neighbor come down the other night and help me get the hood off, because there was just not going to be enough room to get that thing out of there with the hood on. So thanks, Wade. Come down and give me a hand with that. We're going to pull this thing out of here. Just got to grab the hoist and line it back up, get it bolted down, and up and out it goes. Got to eat some dinner real quick though. It's late in the day on Saturday, the following weekend from the last time I worked on this. So this has been a couple weeks in a row. Just hadn't had time during the week to fool with it. So I've been doing a little bit on Sunday, a little bit on the next Saturday, stuff like that. It's been, I think, three weekends in a row just pulling this thing out, just because I've only had a couple hours each time to focus on it. So it's Saturday night now. We're gonna pull this thing out tonight and hopefully get the heads off, get it on the stand, get the heads off, and see what it looks like. Might even take the oil pan off and peek down in there and see if we can't figure out why this thing's got so much water in the oil pan and oil in the radiator and trying to burn water and oil out of the exhaust and all that kind of good stuff. I'm pretty sure the head gaskets are smoked on it, but we'll find out in just a little while. All right, she's coming up. Get it past the motor mounts, and hopefully I'll be able to pull it up, pull it out. I'm caught up on motor mount right here. All right, she's free. Get it up, get it out. It's usually easier with a buddy helping, but I don't have a buddy around, so just got to keep an eye on things myself. So I kind of took my time coming apart with everything, trying to make sure everything was good and freed up before I had it all out. I tried to pull it out. I think I can come straight up with it and get this thing out of here. I get them out, I like to get them down as quick as possible, make sure nothing breaks, nothing goes crazy. This old Martin's garage, man. These boys mess with this guy, Shorty, with these snakes. I kind of miss working in shops with a bunch of cut-ups, dude. This dude running. They're having fun. Love it. Got lucky and remembered about some spacers I had left over from I don't know, putting fatter wheel studs in the back of a race car or something, and they look like they're gonna work perfect. I'm glad I bought these washers when I was at the hardware store. I probably could have found some somewhere in the bins, but my hardware's been depleted over the years, and I haven't restocked it in a long time. I need to drop a couple $100 on random hardware. Keep my bins, or get my bins back up in order here. All right, in order to get this thing on the engine stand, we need to take the flywheel off. So I need to round me up a socket. Grab my air gun and air hose and pop that off real quick, and then we'll raise this thing up and stick it on the engine stand and pop the heads off this bad boy, see what it looks like in there. All right, here we go. Oh, don't stick in there. Got a little weight on her. There's the flex plate. Oh, shit. And we put a pump on it. Flex plate looks good. It's just stock, nothing fancy. It's in a drag motor, just a hot rod. Set this over with our parts collection we got going on here. Now we will, well, let's get our bolts. We don't want to lose those. They're kind of important. We'll set them here for right now. Gotta do a little organizing still, some bolts. This old cylinder, she leaks a little. She's a little leaky, but it should be all right, I hope. I'm in a bad position. Let's get over here. Sorry about the camera work. The Lone Ranger tonight. Well, shit, I'm always a Lone Ranger. I don't think anybody's ever... Shit, what was that? Alright, we'll start letting some pressure off, draining some water out. I'm surprised it's not all in the oil pan as much as this thing filled the oil pan up. And it's the end of October and I'm sweating in the shop. I need the fans running, it's so humid in here. I mean, it's not that bad, but I'm working, I got a little hot. If I run the fans, then you can't hear me probably speak because everything's so loud. All right, so my dog runs in and out of here all the time, so I don't like her. I don't like to leave any kind of soupy mess on the floor. I try to keep this stuff cleaned up. She likes to put her mouth on everything. She's a golden retriever. A yellow lab. I'm sure you've seen her. And don't need her drinking antifreeze or oil or gasoline or anything like that. So I'm gonna let this thing drip out and get the mop real quick. Clean some of this up and have that mop handy for when I pop these heads off, because it's bound to get nasty in here. All right, stop drinking. I'm the one drinking. It stopped dripping. We've got grabbed a mop bucket, man, and I haven't used it in a few weeks, and I stirred the water up, wrung the mop out, and just the stench, man, just the oil, the grease, and the grime, and stir that shit up after it's been sitting for a while, and it's funky, let me tell you. Dang, about to knock your head off. Got this thing unbolted. We're gonna get this hoist out of the way. Just try not to spill that. Come on, baby. If you haven't already, please hit the subscribe button. If you like seeing this kind of stuff, let us know. Let us know what you think. I'm working on getting some more content like this going. This is going to be an ongoing project for a while, just depending on what we end up doing with these heads and the block and what we find here. I got to stir this crap up again. Like I said, I can't run my fans for you guys watching on this camera because you won't be able to hear me. All you'll hear is the dull drone of all my shop fans. So I sure would like them on right now just because of the humidity and the stench. Trust me, you don't want any smell-o-vision right now. The smell of that mop water. All right. Let me get these valve covers off right here. Good and clean. Good and clean. No problemos there. Wipe my hands off, I'll give you all a little better view. If you wanted a quickie, I was going to time lapse a lot of this, but I just thought I'd give it a breakdown, you know, and it's going to be a drawn out little process, but some of these videos are going to be long and boring, and I apologize in advance. Again, subscribe if you like this stuff. Hit the like button. Please give it a share. Hit the bell notifications. And we're going to keep tearing this thing down here. Let's pop that lifter valley out of there, huh? Shall we? Get the valley pan out? Yeah, let's get that out of the way here. See what it looks like in that lifter valley. I brought a screwdriver. There it is. I brought the screwdriver over here. Where's it at? Keep the dirt out of there. I don't see anything crazy going on in here, which is good. Camshaft looks pretty good. Give you a better view of that. That thing wasn't very tight, but that's not holding any water out, so that's not our culprit. Just dipstick out of the way, dipstick. Alright, let's get the rockers off, get the push rods out, and we'll zip the head bolts out, and see what those gaskets look like. I mean, I could use a spark plug socket, but I might not. Starting to get quite the tool collection going on over here. You know, when you get so many tools piled up, you can't even find anything. It's time to just to put them all away and start over. I could use my 3/8, but this was handier. I'm not a big Pontiac guy. I had another friend, mutual friend of the owner of this car, text me and said that he had a buddy that said that these timing covers are bad about leaking water into the oil, and that's possible. But that doesn't explain why we're compressing. You know, we're getting. I mean, that'd put water in the oil pan quickly. That's for sure. But we were, it's shooting oil out the tailpipes. mainly on the passenger side. Which may not have been oil, it may have just been a lot of suds in the exhaust, not suds, but soot. We use these valve covers. Keep it organized here. Humidity. Rain like hell out there. Raining, thunder booms, humidity, end of October. Should be deer hunting. Messing with Pontiacs. That's alright. I enjoy messing with Pontiacs. I guess I can't be sitting in the deer woods that's raining, but it may not be raining in South Georgia. And that's where I hunt, and I live in North Georgia, so. I'll leave one in there just a little bit. I don't know if I'm flying off into the floor, I doubt it will, but. Really don't want to smash my toes, man. Ow. Got my thumb. This is the worst side, I believe. According, looking at the exhaust, this is definitely the worst side. So we may just be about to find out. I'm gonna grab some rags. We're about to make a mess. All right, we got a little protection on the floor down here now. Pop this head off, and I can just set it in the floor, and we'll look at this gasket. I'm going to soak up a little bit of this oil collected in here. We'll try to keep our messes down at a minimum here a little bit. Alright. Let these be soaking, absorbing up. Alright, here we go. Oh, Lord. No wonder this thing's running like shit. Wait till you see this shit. You got a big ass hole in the piston. Yes, sir. Big ass hole in the piston. Not sure why. May have hydrolocked. I don't see anything crazy with the head right there. Man, that's no good. Yeah, she run like shit, no wonder. It broke that thing good. I can see it busted down there around the wrist pin. No good. I don't think there's any reason for me to take the oil pan off. We're gonna have to drop back and punt. Let's get this other head off and see what's going on in that one. That's not good. I don't know how she got like that, but it is effed up bad. That is not good. You know, if this thing would have been still it's in mileage, I'm sure. He didn't drive it that much, he said. But Jasper rebuilt this thing, and but it's way out in time. They got a 3-year warranty and 100,000 miles, I think. Yeah, look at the sign right there. But you know, these things sit. It could have leaked. Could have got water down in that cylinder. Could have hydrolocked it. Could have just got over rev. I don't know. Well, it's a good day to be a duck in the great state of Georgia, and I live on a pond. Boy, they're out there. Not good at all. You blowed up. I mean, blowed up good. I hate to see that. I was hoping for some head gaskets, man. Maybe throw a set of cylinder heads. We were talking about putting some heads on it. Oh, put some heads on it and letting it eat, but at this point, this thing's a total rebuild in my book. You know, it had water in it. I don't know how long it had water in it. So I keep holding the camera down like that, and look, I'm looking down at you. I'm sorry for that. I'm still learning this camera shit. All right, finally got, you know, this action cam's a lot better than my Panasonic. I'm going out of focus all the time, but where's my light at? Again, I don't see anything super obvious on a head gasket leak. I'm gonna take that head gasket off and look at it real good, but I'm not seeing anything in here. couple rat turds. This thing had hooey all over it when it came in. Nothing jumping out at me on that head. You know, the machine shop may find something that I'm not seeing with my naked eye. So this cylinder with all the oil in it is the one with the problem, of course, because that's crankcase oil all over it, and that's why I was getting oil out of the exhaust when it was running. It's got Felpro gaskets on it, and that's what I would have put on it. I ran the shit out of these gaskets before, never had any problems, and we're not having a gasket problem now. That is not what it is. It's an unfortunate situation. I'm not sure what caused it. I don't see like where a valve had hit it. I don't know. I can't explain it. The valves don't look nicked. There's no bent valve, so, and the brake is like in the middle. I don't know if somebody dropped something in there. No, I mean, I don't see anything beat up in there. Nothing in the combustion chamber in the head looks beat. I don't know. Puzzling. I don't know if it's just a shitty piston or what. I mean, I guess I could take the pan off of it and see if it buckled that rod. We could roll it over, get that piston to the top, and see if it comes out of the hole maybe, or see if it's way down in the hole. All right, we're gonna roll this thing over. It comes all the way up to the top of the hole, doesn't it? I cannot see. I don't know if something hit it right there. It's all the way in the hole there. How do I get this damn light off this thing? All right. Just wanted to see the cylinders. Yeah, I don't see anything. Cylinders look pretty good. There's a little, there's no scratches. I don't know. I don't think it comes up any higher than the other ones. Don't see anything wrong with the cam. It's got a broke piston. Well, what broke the piston? I don't know. Mystery broken piston. I'm not sure. I don't know. I'm not gonna mess with pressing pistons on and off connecting rods, so I'd say that short block needs to go to machine shop. I mean, I could take the pan off of it and look in there, just look and see anything weird's going on in there, but I mean, there's nothing I can do. It's not a head gasket deal. I can put pistons and rods and crank and all that mess in there, cam, but it's I don't know. I don't know if I even want to bother making the mess of taking the oil pan off of it. I think I'm gonna have to let Bud know what's going on with this thing. Let him make the decision on what he wants to do from here. He's paid me to take it out. So that's where we're at. Well, that sucks. I'm really disappointed because I was hoping we would just put some head gaskets on this thing, maybe change the cam, and I was hoping he'd go with some better flowing aluminum heads, and we'd really get a good breathing Pontiac 400 go in here and put it back together and see what it would do. But that's not the case, and that's how the cookie crumbles sometimes. Sometimes shit breaks. I don't know. Somebody could have dropped something in that intake at one point, and it could have put a washer down there. That's the thing, is though, I don't see anything wrong with the head at a glance, at least. Move this tripod out. We're gonna look at this head again. Let's lay it down on its face, and normally you'd see, like if a bolt went in there, you'd see it in the head. I mean, something has dinged up that valve, I guess. I don't know. It's hard to tell. Valves don't look bent, so it didn't like float a valve. Unless it was just way over rev. Even if it did that, you'd think you'd see it on the valve. It did have a big cam in it, but I don't know. Hard to tell. I don't see any cracks. Wipe that cylinder out. I've seen one of these blocks crack before. It was a 455 block. I mean, there's still hatch marks in these cylinders, except for that one mark going up and down. But hell, I mean, it's got a broken piston, so you're gonna have some marks. Some carbon, little bit of carbon built up on top of the pistons. I don't really see any scarring on those. It looks fairly normal. I don't know. Well, that wraps up this video. I don't know where we're going to go from here. You'll have to tune back in to find out what the owner of this car makes, what decision he makes. I'm voting going LS conversion, but he may choose just to repair this thing and move forward with it. I don't know. I may have to get some prices together. We might have to call some machine shops and figure out, you know, if we want to test everything and make sure ain't nothing's cracked anywhere, and it may need a connecting rod. Doesn't seem to be bent. Everything spins freely. Everything looks good other than that. But all right, well, hey guys, tune back in and let me know what you think in the comments on this deal. I'm voting to go in for LS conversion myself, which is, it would be expensive. I mean, we've already got the fuel system set up for this carbureted Pontiac. We've already got the exhaust system set up. It would be a total changeover. It wouldn't be an easy deal. It would, you know, we'd have to come up with exhaust. We'd have to come up with a fuel system, unless we want carbureted LS. Then we'd be there, except for the headers, basically. I don't know. Sure would flow better. I don't know if these Pontiac 6X heads flow, but I bet they don't flow very good. The chamber looks gigantic. Look how deep that is. These things are huge. That's El Smago low compression head stuff, man. That's I don't know. We will find out. Tune back in. We'll see what we're going to do with this old car, and we will figure it out on down the road. Peace.